TV23 KDGL. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi everyone, and welcome to High Plains Today on TV23. I'm sorry, but today is Monday. It's August the 10th, 2015. On today's show, Dr. Kelly Gillespie from the Southwest Plains Regional Service Center right here in Sublette. Now let's take a quick look at news. Police in Dodge City are currently investigating a pair of incidents that have left 2 people dead and 1 in critical condition from gunshot wounds. Now, Police Chief Craig Melliker said in a news release, officers responded to the scene of a shooting at 10:25 a.m. Sunday at 310 West Frontview. Melliker said when officers arrived on the scene, they found an adult male gunshot victim in the parking lot of a hardware store. The victim was taken to Western Plains Regional Hospital, where he later died. Then at about 10:34 a.m., police received reports of an abduction of a woman that occurred at 1907 North 14th Street. At about 11:49 a.m., officers located the suspect vehicle in the abduction in the 400 block of Crawford. The vehicle was occupied by the abducted woman and a male suspect. Melliker said as law enforcement was trying to make contact with the subject in the car, the suspect shot the female and then turned the gun on himself. The female later died at the hospital, and the suspect is listed in critical condition in a Wichita hospital. And earlier this year, while attending a NBC game, Jackson Ellison chased down a foul ball and collected autographs from the Liberal BJs, including the bat boy, Kaiser Carlisle. When Jackson's mother told him the sad news about the bat boy, Jackson replied, "Oh, you mean Kaiser?" His mother had no idea he knew who he was. His mother then realized Jackson got to know Kaiser by hanging with him at the ballpark. Once Jackson heard of Kaiser's passing, the first thing Jackson said was, "Mom, can we give the autographed baseball to his family?" Jackson was able to deliver the ball to Kaiser's family at the NBC tournament on Friday night. Chad Carlisle, Kaiser's father, replied, "I can't express how much this means. You, young man, are an amazing kid and will cherish this memory forever. God bless." Well, with no word from the state on funding, Dodge City Community College Chief Financial Officer Veda Herman is nervous. That's the unknown, Herman said. The amount staying the same as last year is our best guess. Now, if they go in and start cutting, we're just going to have to go forward and make cuts within the budget. The college's total proposed budget is over $26 million for next year. That's an increase of over $658,000 in expenses from last year. And it's one thing to live in a community you call home, and something more to have a say about local, state, and national government. Citizenship classes that begin August 16th at Seward County Community College will help eligible permanent residents prepare to become U.S. citizens. Now, the class addresses the application procedure, American government and history, the U.S. Constitution and Declaration of Independence, as well as the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services interview procedure. And 2 quarterly inspections on Lakin's new $7.4 million nanofiltration water treatment plant, built to address the high levels of uranium, indicate levels have decreased dramatically. Now, before the water plant became operational in January, the uranium levels were measured at 38 micrograms per liter. The 2 quarterly checks since then revealed the uranium in Lakin's water is now 7 micrograms per liter. And finally, Secretary of State Chris Kobach says he will begin prosecuting cases of voter fraud next month. And one of the cases will likely be from Sedgwick County. Now, Kobach said that his office has not made a decision on the number of cases, but said that is primarily focused on cases of double voting from the 2010 election. His office is aiming for mid-September to begin filing charges. And that's a look at just some of the things happening in the news. We'll be right back with a look at weather after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And welcome back as we look off the TV 23 Skycam. You can see a few clouds rolling in, but not too bad out there. Let's take a look at the current readings here at the station. As you can see, 84 degrees. The relative humidity is 66. Winds are out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is on the rise. Sunny, kind of like what the tower cam showed us. Looking at the current temps around the area, hotspot seems to be up at Hayes and Perryton, both reporting in at 86. Cool spots, Medicine Lodge, Dodge City, Guyman with 81 degrees. Everybody else sitting around the mid-80s. Looking at our current dew points, this will tell you why it is so humid out there. Pretty dry out in Lamar, 57 for the dew point out there. Everybody else in the mid to upper 60s, except it's going to be really sticky over in Medicine Lodge right now because their dew point at 73. Looking at the current wind speeds, everybody pretty much out of the east, northeast, an exception with Liberal east, southeast, and Perryton 7 out of the east, southeast. Looking at our temperatures, highs yesterday in Garden City at the regional airport, 90 degrees, the high of 107 back in 1962. I am not liking that. Low was 69 last night. Record 57 back in 1990. They had a trace in the bucket over the weekend, puts their year to date at almost 18 inches. Looking at our forecast, we do have a 30% chance of rain rolling in here about 3 o'clock this afternoon and on. High is going to be 91 degrees. Winds are going to be out of the north-northeast at 13. Then tonight, chance of rain still hanging around 40%, 67 degrees. Winds are still going to be out of the east, and then tomorrow it's going to cool off a little. Look at that, 82 degrees, 40% chance of rain. Winds still out of the east, southeast, and tomorrow night, 30% chance, low of 66. Yep, winds are going to be out of the southeast. Looking at the 7-day, as you can see, we've got a chance of rain for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sun starts to peak back in on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Chance of rain starts to roll back in on Sunday. Highs are going to be in the low 90s to upper 80s. With the lows pretty much staying in the mid to upper 60s. That's a look at weather. Markets are next.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV 23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And welcome back to High Plains Today. I'm now joined on set by Dr. Kelly Gillespie. She is the director of the Southwest Plains Regional Service Center. Did I get all that out?
That's a mouthful.
It is.
Yeah.
You have, and that's the thing about in education, you people have more acronyms than Carter has pills.
We do, absolutely.
Everything has an acronym to it.
Thank you for having me today.
I'm glad you're here. All right. Now, people drive by that building here in Sublette every day, and they probably go, what is that place?
That's right. That's right.
Give me a 101 on Southwest Plains Regional Service.
Happy to do that.
Okay.
Southwest Plains has been in business in Sublette for about 27 years, and our mission is professional learning, innovative solutions. And we serve pre-K-16, I'll get back to that in a second, professional learning for educators, pre-K-16. We just opened our higher ed division last year. The Kansas State Department of Education, which we are an extension of them by legislative attorney general signature, says that is really moving towards a transition from pre-K, K-12 through 16, college and career readiness.
Right.
So we've led that vision by opening a higher ed division last year, and we are pre-K-16 professional learning.
Okay. Well, when I was reading that, and I went, 16, I wonder if they do college stuff now.
Yeah.
That would be the answer to that, wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so being an extension of the Department of Education, so you really, do you guys report to, say, Dr. Watson, who is the head of, or is the commissioner of education?
We do not have a direct line of communication or a line authority, but we try to communicate out to educators what's happening at the State Department, whether it's initiatives coming up, compliance, et cetera. So we become a conduit of communication, but not direct line authority.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this then, and with education funding being such a big thing this last couple of years in the legislature, how are you guys funded?
Yeah, we are funded just like a business. We have a USD number, but we have no tax levy authority, no bond issue authority, so we are a business.
Okay.
So although we have a USD number, we are a business. It's a funny makeup that we have.
So you guys would be classified just like, say, Southwestern Heights or Liberal with a USD 480, 483, whatever then?
Yes, but a business like the grocery store downtown. We have to generate funds in order to keep our doors open and therefore provide a service.
Okay.
Therefore leads us to one of the most important things about what we do is developing relationships.
Okay, so your funding then, you have several area schools, not just in the southwest part of the state, that are members of the service center, correct?
Correct. Our initial core was 35 members here in southwest Kansas. When I started 17 years ago, we had 18 members, core members of southwest Kansas. We've expanded to 35, but we actually have 80 members now across the state of Kansas. And initially as well, we also serve 60 non-members in a regular capacity. So we serve a large percent of the state in professional learning.
Okay, so what is a non-member? What makes up a non-member?
A member actually pays a membership rate. Sam's Club. Think of it that way.
All right, gotcha.
So they get special discounts, straight line communication, some additional services that non-members do not get.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the big thing that you guys work with all these members, I won't say districts, I'll just say members, is that you guys are going, actually, you have a brand new facility, big conference hall there, that is very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
And you can have people in for professional development and those types of things, but yet you go out and visit these people too.
Correct. So let me deal with the conference center first, because I'd like to brag. 17 years, we worked hard. First we purchased the land and then waited about 10 more to build the facility. 8,200 square foot with top of the line technology. So we can bring teachers in and actually connect to the world through 90-inch screen TVs and all the connections we can make so we can connect to the State Department, other states, or like I said, around the world. But we are most well known for our to-the-door service, where our consultants, who are an army of experts in reading, math, science, social studies, assessment, etc., licensure, which is becoming a significant issue, we go to the door, working with the educators where they live so they can feel at home and they can have the resources they need as we work with them. We believe that's important. Again, I'd like to say relationships is an important part of what we do.
Okay. So, and I know this week, well, after you get done today, you're heading to Leavenworth.
Yes, Leavenworth, Kansas. I'll be dealing with the issue of poverty. Then I follow up with El Dorado with a rigor and relevance, which that ties right into our new college and career readiness standards. And then I spend a day at Clearwater on evaluation, teacher evaluation. So all over the state.
So let's go back. And the poverty deal was a big deal in the legislature this last session too.
Yes.
So when you're in Leavenworth talking about poverty, what are the things that you're going to hit on to help them with?
I'm going to help those middle class teachers understand what it means to live in poverty, and then I'm going to actually give them strategies on how to more effectively deal with those students and parents from poverty. So when we go in, we want to impact an instructional change for student success. Leavenworth happens to be following up the next 2 days with our poverty simulation, where we'll actually put teachers in groups, in families, and they will go through a simulation of living a day in poverty.
Really?
And they come out of there going, wow, I had no idea.
I can imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, and now with all these 80 members,
yes,
you're not the only one that's going out and doing stuff.
No, thank you. I have a fabulous team. I have been very fortunate because I've been at Southwest Plains for 17 years. I've been able to build my team. And we have hired, again, brag, the best educators in Southwest Kansas with extensive experience in the classroom, master's degrees and beyond, and are lifelong learners. They are passionate themselves in learning, so they are always willing to stay ahead of the game, go that extra mile, spend that extra time to stay ahead. Poverty, ESL, are two of the topics that have hit Southwest Kansas for the last 5-10 years. That's now spreading across the state. We have the experts right here in Southwest Kansas because we've been working with teachers in how to more effectively educate those students with different instructional methods.
And that would explain why you have 80 plus members in your service center.
Yes, and relationships.
Yeah.
It's the team. The team is empowered to go out and serve those schools and do what they need to do to make teachers better in the classroom.
Good. Yeah. I got educated today.
Good.
I knew they were there. I knew a lot of the stuff that they did, but I learned some stuff today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in today, Kelly.
Thank you.
Now, you get anything new coming down the pike, you call me and we'll get you back on.
Absolutely.
All right.
That will be frequently.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
And stick around. I'll be right back after this. Hi, Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs weekdays at noon right here on TV 23. We talk about news, we talk about sports, we talk about weather, we're even going to talk entertainment. We'll have live guests right here on set with me. So, every day at noon, tune in, High Plains Today. We'll see you then.
Weekdays here on TV 23.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you. Wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home.
And welcome back. I'm sitting here talking to my producer, and I thought, oh, and he says, go. Well, the Liberal BJs weren't crying on Friday because they lost. They were crying because of a loss, with that painful distinction setting in a few minutes after a 4-1 defeat against Hayesville. Now, Liberal handled the immediate aftermath of an NBC World Series semifinal loss socially, valiantly shaking hands with the Aviators, then listening intently to the post-game message from manager Adam Anderson down the third base line at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Well, the emotions hit as Liberal was named as a group the tournament's most inspirational players. They wept as general manager Mike Carlisle lauded the team for its courage following the death of 9-year-old bat boy Kaiser Carlisle last weekend. Well, the story, though, will never be the BJ's third-place finish or their wins in the face of tragedy. The BJ story is the bond of a team and the support received from those closest to them and many they've never met. And from the football field to the broadcast booth, Frank Gifford was a star and a winner, an NFL championship in 1956 with the New York Giants, an Emmy Award in 1977 as television's outstanding sports personality, induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 77. Gifford, as well known for serving as a buffer for fellow announcers Don Meredith and Howard Cosell on Monday Night Football, as for his versatility as a player, died yesterday. He was 84 years old. And that's a look at some of the big sports things happening. Let's take a look at our weather. Today it is currently here at the studio 87 degrees. Relative humidity is 59. Winds are out of the north at 6, and the barometric pressure is holding steady. Looking at our 7-day, remember there is a chance of rain today, tomorrow, and into Wednesday. Rain won't start coming around until about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Sun's going to be pretty much dominant on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Chance of rain sneaking back in on Sunday. Highs are going to be in the lower 80s tomorrow and otherwise in the lower 90s. Go out and make it a good Monday, everybody. See you back here tomorrow. Don't forget, if you want to see us on your local cable, call your provider.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV 23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Something I feel when I'm right here, something that tells me that I'm home. People are people around here, that's how it is, it's so clear. Letting it show. I've been around the world, only to find what I already know. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah. This is the place.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real